Fellow Edo Indigenous, wahia baby na yekai. Ibe do wadomo, esan, ara, esako, amogude, igara, makoni. My fellow Edo Indigenous, this is your founder, President, Edo Progressive Indigenous Association, EPIA. I have brought this broadcast to you in order for us to review our association and prioritize the purpose of which it was established. Let us not, for any reason, be distracted or be navigated off of the primary purpose of this movement. It is very sacrosanct for us to continue to express ourselves in unity and in love. It is also very important for us to recognize that most of the attempt to bring this unity of Edo Kingdom together, for some reason within the past until now, has struggled. Let us all take the advantage of EPIA, Edo Indigenous Movement, to prove to the world that for the first time, Edo Indigens or Edo Indigenous people have what it takes to express themselves in unity, and also has what it takes to determine their future, and also has what it takes to express themselves in love with one another. Let us push away the mentality of failure. Let us take away the mentality of impossibilities. Let us take away and push aside the mentality of sitting back and expecting our unity purpose or our progressive purpose to fail. Let us now pay attention to those people, or some of us somewhere or anywhere around the world, who have cultivated the habit of always thinking that things will never work. We are all matured people. We are all learned people. We are all exposed people. And most of us has traveled to diaspora, to the West and to the Far East to attract some knowledge of how to better themselves. Most of us are not happy with what has been going on in Edo Kingdom. Most of us has always thought that someday, somehow, something will change for good. And that is the reason why it is necessary for us not to deviate or not to allow any political topic to distract the purpose of uniting all Edo Indigenous people worldwide. All these matters arising will come and go. Edo Indigenous purpose will come and stay from generations to generations. So the whole idea for us to come together is to be able to focus on what we want to work and what we want to see work, and also what we want to be done in Edo land. Let us not forget too soon what we all went through in Edo land growing up. Let us not forget what our dreams and our hopes and our visions of what we would like to see in our land. Let us not forget that we have the opportunity and we have the platform now, and we have all it takes And we have the right people and the right minds to work with in order to bring this into physical manifestation. However, or whenever someone has offended you, or this movement has offended you in one way or the other, we're using this medium to ask that you forgive us, because what we are focused on is too big or too large for us to be distracted with one petty or one very little issue on the side. We beg of all of you to think about the fact that you are a stakeholder in Edo land. I am a stakeholder. Think about the future of our next generation. Is this really what you want to be experiencing in Edo Kingdom in the next 20, 30 years? Is this what you really want our children to inherit and be arguing and be fighting and be disuniting among themselves? Should that really be what we want for the future of our children? If that is not what we want, let us synergize and come together to work with this Edo Indigenous movement in order to prioritize the interest of what we want to see happen in the future of Edo Kingdom, in order for us to contribute our quota to make this government, or whosoever that emerge as a governor, it is our responsibility to work with them and put the interest of Edo Indigenous first. What matters to Edo Indigenous people, wherever they are, is to see development sacrosanct in Edo State, is to see love and unity be established in Edo State, is to see stable electricity in Edo State, is to observe bursary for our indigenous students so that they can have opportunity to learn even when they don't have. So we can have a Western standard hospital so that when we are sick, or any one of us is sick, which is inevitable, we can have the right place to go. So that we can have some kind of welfare package for our 60 years and older, including the physically challenged. So that we can introduce the blockchain technology to Edo Kingdom. A technology that is not corruptible, where everything and even electoral process can be transparent for everyone to have a peace of mind, so that the idea of all these confusions with the divisional mentality of political parties will be a thing of the past. Let's love one another. Let's believe in ourselves. Let's avoid allowing little things that doesn't matter, that we can overlook, get to us emotionally in order for us to abandon our vision. There is something that is worse than being blind. That thing is someone who has physical eyes but has no vision. You might think that 20 years is far from now. Think about it. 20 years ago, your experience till now is like yesterday. I believe that what we have failed to do in Edo Kingdom is the inability for us to always envision the big picture and begin to work on it a step at a time. Because every big thing that currently exists in the world today started one day, and they all started very small. From there, they will begin to grow big, because the vision is a bigger vision. It starts small to achieve its bigger picture. So fellow Edo Indigenes, this movement love you all, and we want you, wherever you are, that is also looking for help from someone that is bigger than you, or that is more successful than you. In the same vein, someone who is beneath you is looking for your own help. Stretch forth your hands of fellowship to a fellow Edo Indigenes today. Stretch forth your hands of believing in one another. Stretch forth your hands of loving one another. Stretch forth your hands of tolerating one another. Let's put all the pre-existing mentality of hatred or of low classification of one another, and let's begin to replace it with a new belief that our people can achieve anything that they want, that we are the greatest people on earth. This is the type of mentality Edo Indigenous Movement, or EPIA, is bringing to the table. We have no distraction. We have no going back on our agenda. And we have no division in our mentality. We will continue to prepare ourselves and position ourselves in a way and manner that is acceptable by every government and by every Edo indigene, home and abroad, in order for us to concentrate on what matters to us most, which is the interests of Edo Indigenous people and their welfare. We can achieve this without fighting. We can achieve this without disunity. We can achieve this without tagging one another or tagging or painting impossibility pictures of our indigenous movement, without making an attempt or talking behind or backbiting behind. That will only set the vision back. Think about it. Is it not really high time we make a movement work in this land? Is it not high time we make unity a priority in our own land, in our own kingdom, one of the most creative and one of the most traditional and one of the most powerful kingdom in the world, originated from here. Let us believe in ourselves once again and say yes to the positivity and possibility of Edo greatness again. We have created a help directory assistant information for all Edo indigenes who are in the West or any country in the world. You can go to our website if you're looking for information, or maybe our lawyers' information there, or welfare centers that those government has put in place, or centers of learning, so that you can get help from there. We are also currently putting in place what we call love love sharing there in our WhatsApp group, so that should you have anything, you can throw it out there for any Edo Indigenous who live close to your area to pick it up. Let us be there for one another in trueness and in good spirit, with kindness. God bless all Edo Indigenous. God bless Edo Kingdom. God bless all the traditional kings in Edo land. Oba Ato Ukwe Ise.